Widest Music Variety. In the studio today, we welcome back into Compass FM, Sergeant Bill Parker from New Zealand Police. G'day, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, lovely morning.
It is a lovely morning. The weather has been a bit pear-shaped the last couple of days. I guess just some quick reminders if, you're out and about in those weather conditions. Some things that we need to keep an eye out for is, make sure our window wipers are all good, tyres.
Yep, window wipers, yeah. Watch out for the sun and the road conditions, wet and frosty and that sort of thing.
Yeah, look after yourself when you're out and about on the road. Now, we're going to be talking about driver's licences coming up very shortly. But how are we going with those scams, the jolly scams? Are they still obviously happening? How bad is it at the moment?
Yeah, so we're still getting scams reported most weeks. Just had a recent one where someone brought a shipping container on Facebook Marketplace. Seems to be the place where they go to sell these sorts of things and rip people off. They wanted $6,000 and the victim paid $2,000 into a New Zealand bank account. They promised to send the shipping container. It never turned up as we kind of expected. Inquiries show that these people are using New Zealand bank accounts and scamming the people that own the bank accounts as well. Oh. Getting someone to put the money in there and then they'll transfer it out, and the person has a bank account is either not aware or they're told that they're getting money because they've won some lottery or something, and then pass it on, and they'll keep $100 or similar, and then they get ripped off as well.
Oh gosh, so they're kind of trying to use other people's accounts as a mule account or a holding account type thing.
Yeah, definitely. And it just seems ongoing, and it's quite hard and difficult to track it all down.
Must make it really hard, and especially even harder if they manage to get it out of that account and then it's overseas. I mean, the chances of us getting our money back once it's left the country would be, I would say, very tricky.
Yeah, definitely. And people get really embarrassed about it and think, they were silly or whatever, but it's people fall for it every day, so it's important that they still report it to us and let us know.
Yeah. Please report it. Don't be embarrassed. It happened to my mum. I mentioned to you off here, and the listeners will know that happened to my mum. And yeah, she kind of was a little bit like, oh, well, and I think it was just her coping mechanism. She was a wee bit embarrassed about it, but there is nothing to be embarrassed about. It happens so quickly and so fast. Now, some other tips. Should we buy from, obviously, reputable companies?
Yeah, reputable companies, or if you're going to buy it on Facebook Marketplace, I mean, everyone's after a bargain, but if it's too good to be true, it probably is too good. Otherwise, just pay cash on pickup or delivery, and once you got that item and you can see what it is and that it's good and it's what you wanted, then pay for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So true. And now, if we have feel that we've been scammed or we've been ripped off, what should we do? What number should we call?
Yep, still report it. Report it through 105. You can do 105 online or ring 105, and that makes us aware of it, and we can follow up and try to do inquiries the best we can. We need to try to hold these people accountable, so we need it reported to us. Yeah,
the more you report it, the hopefully you build that bigger picture to be able to try and track or trace where these people are.
Yep, definitely.
Create investigations. Now, on the roads, we mentioned before about the traffic and the weather. There's still people driving out there with no licences.
Yeah, unfortunately, people still drive with no licence, and it's not just the young ones; it's all age groups. If someone has not got a licence or their licence is expired, they will be forbidden to drive, and then they can face up to a $400 fine. So it's a good reminder. Have a look at the back of your driver's licence on the newer ones or the older ones on the front, and just see what that expiry date is. Nothing worse than being stopped and then realising that your licence is expired and then you can't continue on your travels.
That story, in fact, happened to my husband. Pulled over, check a licence, and he went, so hence I moved into the driver's seat. My licence was all good, and we've actually just checked, both you and I both just checked our licences as well while we're off here, and I can look at the back of mine and without my glasses on, and mine expires in 2029, so it's a good idea to check that, because otherwise you're without a driver's licence. You can't drive.
Yep, no, definitely. And if you don't have your address updated with NZTA, you won't get the reminders, and you never know. So, it pays to check.
So, how are we going for speed at the moment?
Yeah, so in the last couple of days or over the weekend, one of the highway boys stopped someone travelling 129 k's in an 80k zone, so 49 kilometres an hour over the speed limit. It's just dangerous and cannot be justified. So that person lost their licence for 28 days on the spot, so can't drive, have to get someone else to come pick them up if they're by themselves, and they'll likely go to court for dangerous driving.
Oh my goodness, that's just gobsmacking how anyway. So, another person stopped for driving with a suspended licence.
Yep. So once your licence is suspended or you're disqualified or you lose it for demerit points, and you drive, then you lose your car for 28 days. It goes away to the impound lot. So you have to pay for the impoundment and the towage and the storage fees, and go to court, and you can be disqualified for up to another 6 months if it's your first time or second time, and the third time you do it, you're disqualified for up to a year. So it pays to keep an eye on your demerit points, and if you're disqualified or you haven't got your licence, then you shouldn't be driving.
So, Bill, where can some of your demerit points come from? So that's for speed, as an example. What are some other things?
Yep. So using your cell phone while driving is one that catches people out. So and that's a big one for us, the distraction, using a cell phone. Also, your restricted and learned licence breaches, they get demerit points. Unsafe passing, and always the stop signs and the give way signs, there's demerit points related to that. So make sure if it's a stop sign, you stop completely. Give way signs, you give way to any traffic. And drug and alcohol offences, and your vehicle registration. So if your registration's expired, there's actually demerits there, or if you've got it on hold and you continue to drive it, there's demerit points there as well.
Bill, is that the same for your warrant as well, if your warrant's expired?
No, your warrant fitness doesn't have demerit points, but we certainly chase up on those because they're a safety matter as well.
Absolutely. Sergeant Bill Parker from New Zealand Police, thank you so much for coming in today, and we look forward to catching up with you in a fortnight's time.
That sounds great. Thank you very much.
Compass FM.